Hey guys, how's it going? This is HelpfulLockPicker here, and in today's video I'm going to do a really cool unboxing video. What I have for you here is going to be a pick set sent to me by Multipick, and it's going to be the Multipick Elite 27-piece pick set. So this sells for about 134 euros if you do not pay the VAT, and about 159 if you do. So this is a set that was designed by Christina, and what it does is it takes into account some of her mathematical calculations in order to make it apply to the most common pick profiles. So this is going to be a really cool set that hopefully will be really helpful to anyone starting out. I'd like to say that just taking a quick brief at the description, it says that it uses the finest spring steel, and it comes in a thickness of about 0.4 to 0.6 millimeters. They include about 6 different types of hooks, 2 diamonds, 2 curved picks, 4 wave rakes, and 13 tensioners to round up this elite class pick set by Multipick. I think this is going to be really fun to check out. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, and once I get it opened, we're going to take a quick look at all of the tools, and then I'll do a follow-up review video down the road. So let's get this open right now. Alright, so I'm just going to remove this piece of paper here, which just looks like a basic receipt. And let's take a look right here. So it comes in this sealed package, and you can see that it has the model number right here. The Multipick Elite Medium Pick Set, Christina Palmer. Looks like it comes in a really nice leather case, and it has some instructions right here. So far this just has a really nice feel to it. It feels very comfortable, and it feels very professionally made. And I really like being able to have a set with a case that's going to have a slim profile so that you can slip it in your bag and be able to keep it with you whenever you want to practice your hobby. So let's take a look right now. Alright, so I look forward to getting this set open for the first time. I just want to say that this is going to be more of an initial impression, just so you can see what each tool looks like so you can get a better idea if you're interested in this set. And I will do a follow-up video showing you my experiences with this set and what I like and don't like about it in the future once I have some more experience. But just opening this set up out of the box and looking at it, I can say the first thing is this case is very sleek. It's going to fit into your bag very well, and that's going to be very helpful for someone that is looking to be able to have their lockpick set be able to travel with them if they want to practice from place to place. So one thing I noticed is it does have a really nice Velcro flap that's going to hold everything together so you're not going to lose anything. And when you open this up, you're going to see that all your picks are going to be secured very well. All of the single picks themselves are going to come in about 0.6 millimeters, which in the US would be about 0.0236 inches, which is pretty close to 25 thousandths of an inch, which is pretty close to what I started out when I first started picking. You don't want one too thin because you don't want to break your picks, and you always want to use a pick that's going to be thick enough to give you good feedback but not get in the way of the warding. So this is a good beginner set. So when you take a look on the left here, you're going to see their Elite spoon picks. Now this is something that I'm not very familiar with and I don't really use, but it will be something interesting to play with in the future and see what other people have with experiences with them. Then you're going to have some half diamonds, which are going to be really great for single pin picking, scrubbing, just doing some raking techniques, and which is always helpful to have. Then you're going to have some medium profile hooks, some regular short hooks, some deeper hooks, some really nice rakes, and a nice array of bottom of the keyway tensioners in different thicknesses, some really nice top of the keyway tensioners in different thicknesses, and this really cool bottom of the keyway tapered tensioner. One thing I really like about the tensioners is on the bottom of the keyway, you're going to get them from 0.8 millimeters, which would be 0.0315 inches, to 1 millimeter, which is 0.0394 inches, to 1.3 millimeters, which is going to be 0.0512 inches. So you're going to be able to get into a lot of different locks. So what I'm going to do is just go through these one at a time, just so you can see them. You can feel free to freeze the frame, just in case you want to see what these look like. So we're going to start off with one of these Elite spoon picks. This is not something that I really use or have ever used, but it'll be interesting to see how they are used in the future. You can see that we got the model number on the bottom here, and I look forward to seeing in the comments how people like these. This is not something that I use, but now that I have them, maybe I'll get to check it out and see more. So we have another one right over here. To me, this almost seems like I'd use it more as a tool to poke into the lock if I needed to try to hit something. But, you know, this could maybe be more of like a tubular pick or something. I'm not really sure. But it's not something that I really have had any experience with, so I look forward to seeing what other people can share. Then we're going to have some half diamonds. So these are always something just good to have in general, because a half diamond are very versatile because you can use them to single pin pick, and you can also use them with some raking attacks. If you're interested to see what scrubbing is, I can link a video on the top, but there are a lot of videos out there on raking with a half diamond. But these are pretty good to have and very good to be in your initial set. So I do think overall that the thickness is 0.0236 inches or 0.6 millimeters. I think that's a good happy ground for someone that's an intermediate picker, because that's not going to be too thick and it's not going to be too thin. Especially if you're going to be in the United States, that will be more than adequate. So what we're looking at now is a couple of their more medium hook profiles, and then followed by this is going to be more of their shorter hook profiles, and then it's going to be their deeper hook profiles. I'm trying to get a shot of the serial number with every image of these so that you're going to be able to freeze the frame if you need to and look these up if you're interested in ordering a single one, needing a replacement, or you just want some more information. So I feel like these two here are going to be my bread and butter, the short hooks, because I get most of my locks open using a short hook. But there are certainly a lot of instances where you want to use a more of a medium or a deeper hook depending on the bitting, the keyway, and just circumstance, and also to a degree personal preference. So I think it is really great that you're going to be able to have that ability to make your own choice on what pick works best for you in your own circumstance, and just being able to have all these great options. So now let's take a look at these slightly deeper hooks. We have one right here, and we have one right here. So I think given when you get a big combo set of picks, typically you get a lot of fluff. And so far I feel like all of the tools in here are going to be pretty helpful. Even these, I don't really use them, but I think I could certainly at least use these to open up a tubular lock. So then we're going to have some bottom of the keyway tensioners, which come in different thicknesses. This one's about 0.8 millimeters. And what's nice is having them in all these different thicknesses and widths so that they're going to be able to fit your lock. Now, depending on where you live, bottom of the keyway can mean two different things, but where I'm from, bottom of the keyway tension is going to be the end of the lock where the pins are not. So that is typically how I refer to it. And bottom of the keyway tensioning is also very helpful when you're trying to rake open a lock, because it's going to make it so that you do not have the tensioner get in the way. So these are some really cool bottom of the keyway tensioners, and that's one of the things I always run into as a problem when I'm looking through my sets. I can never find a bottom of the keyway tensioner that is perfect. I have a couple that I use, but I never really have a great setup of finding various ones, so I look forward to seeing how universally these will fit in my most common locks. Then we're going to have a good little array here of just some rakes. Raking is something that, really depending on the person, what their opinion is. Some people are single pin picking purists and don't like raking. And other people just believe in open is open. Just do what you need to do to get the lock open in the most convenient way towards you, which is sort of where I stand. And I really value the ability to have a good set of rakes, because that can really just make your life a lot easier when you're just trying to get a lock open and you just want to move on. And I think that raking is sometimes underrated and people do not practice it enough, which is a little bit sad in my eyes because it's such a valuable tool. Now moving on to these top of the keyway tensioners, this is where I'm really excited because I do mostly top of the keyway tension picking. One, you're going to be able to get them in really nice thicknesses. You can get them in 0.8 millimeters, which is about 0.0315 inches, to 1 millimeter, which is 0.0394 inches, to 1.3 millimeters, which we have right here, which is about 0.0512 inches. What's really nice about this is top of the keyway tension, you really want it to sit as snug as possible so that it's not going to be loose in the lock. Say you're trying to go against a spool, you're trying to get that precise feedback, and you just don't want the top of the keyway tensioner falling out. And another thing you can see is that they have different lengths on the head here so that you can get it to fit into the lock more comfortably for you. And just having different types of top of the keyway tensioners in your arsenal is just going to give you so much more added success. I just want to say that it's really cool that this is coming in with several different versions so that you're going to be able to find one that's going to work for you in most circumstances, which is going to be really great. Now, I'm going to save the last tool right here, which I'm actually very excited about. This is a tool I haven't used before, but something I'm very interested in. So it says it's a 1.4 millimeter. This is like a bottom of the keyway tension tool, but when you take a look at it, you see that it's tapered, so it starts off thin and gets deeper. What you can do is you can insert this into the bottom of your lock until it spreads enough where you're going to get a nice snug fit. So this is almost like a universal bottom of the keyway tensioner, would be my understanding. And that is going to be so cool because there's so many circumstances where I just can't find the bottom of the keyway tensioner that works for the lock I want to use. And it'd be really nice to just have one that just works every time. So I'm really interested to use this tool and follow up with it more when I do the full review with my hands-on experience. But I just want to say that all in all, I am really excited by this Multipick Elite Medium 27-piece set. I just think that it has a really good variety of tools for someone that is starting out. We're going to have a really nice set of single pin picking tools. We're going to have some really nice rakes, some really good setup of bottom of the keyway, top of the keyway tension, and this somewhat universal bottom of the keyway tensioner. And it's going to be all wrapped up into a very sleek profile secured case. I just want to say thank you to Multipick for sending this out to me. I have not had a chance to use it yet to try it out on any locks, but just from looking at it and knowing the brand, Multipick makes a really nice, strong, well-respected pick. They're a great brand in the community. They're made in Germany, and I'm really looking forward to trying this out. This set is going to be something that's going to be really fun to use, and if you'd like any more information on it, please check out the video description below so you can check out this exact set. But either way, guys, this is all that I have for you today. If you have any questions or suggestions, anything at all, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear your experience with the spoon picks and also the tapered bottom of the keyway tensioner. I haven't really used those Elite spoon picks or the tapered tensioner, and I really look forward to hearing everyone's experience on any of the tools in this kit. But either way, guys, if you enjoyed this video, you'd like to see more like it, please consider subscribing. Every subscription makes such a big difference. I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, and I cannot wait to see you next time.